I feel like I'm kind of going to repeat some similar stuff with my colleagues, which they have mentioned before. So it was really nice to see all these experts and opinions. Actually, I feel we are quite connected. We should do something all together. So uh,
Definitely. Well, it's all such great information, you know what I mean? And it all is all, I think when you get past the pharmaceuticals and into the next level of health and wellness and natural products and things like that, it is all connected. You know, there's so much to it, but it is all connected, and that's what it's all
yeah,
about.
actually, it's quite new. People are. I mean, so far, not all people are into prevention or into, let's say, natural medicine. Most people think that a pill will be much more effective. And you know what? I mean, it's easier to take a pill to lower your blood pressure than doing sport and taking care of your diet, making lifestyle change. So people just prefer the easier way. So that's the problem. I think we need, it's more educational. We need to educate people how to live rather than think all people know that smoking is not good, that sport is very important. But so far, the mentality, even the public health, this is, I would say, it's more governmental work to encourage people and educate people how to live. So this is, I think, is our mission. Me and all my colleagues, we share the same goal. So okay, I think we are running out of time, so I will try just to share it. I'm talking from my mobile phone. Let me share it. Okay, let me see. Probably I should do it like that. Can you see my screen,
We can
guys?
only see like a portion of it. So we
Right.
see like a vertical. There we go. Well, that's a little bit, but there we go. Now you've got it. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Right. So we just post it like here. So, like I mentioned, my name is Siwar. I'm specialized in therapeutic fasting. I'm a nutrigenomic specialist for people who haven't heard about that. It's kind of new field. Nutrigenomic is the diet gene interaction, how the diet can influence our genetic expression. What does genetic expression means? That you can burn certain genes like high blood pressure or cholesterol. So that doesn't mean diet will eliminate these genes. The genetic expression means that will make these genes kind of sleeping. You will turn off the genetic expression. So by the lifestyle change, you can modify the expression of these genes. So you need to take care, like for example, you need to take more care of your diet so you can lower your risk of having cardiovascular diseases and so on. I have also created something called travel therapy, which is quite interesting, let's say, concept. I have developed it 5 years ago, with focus on mental health, cardiovascular diseases, longevity, and cancer. So I will share at the end of this presentation my thoughts with this focus. Although in the recent year, all my, let's say, focus has shifted to mental well-being and longevity. Okay, so what is fasting? Let's first talk about fasting. What is fasting? Fasting is the absence of uh, of some or all food and beverage. It could be for therapeutic or spiritual reasons. Okay, there is a lot of benefits of fasting. The high potential fasting benefits are into promoting the ketogenesis, hormone modulation. It reduces the oxidative stress, which means you can have longer life. Inflammation. Most of people right now, everybody is suffering from inflammation. Let me say just here a quick tip. Do you know that people with high cholesterol don't die from the cholesterol itself? The recent evidence and study shows that inflammation is the reason of all the diseases. So you need to take care of the inflammation. You need to lower the inflammation. It's increase the stress resistance, lipolysis, and also the autophagy, which is I'm going to talk about into that in a minute. The therapeutic fasting can't be done by uh, everyone so easy. It should be, but there is the clinical practice and focus should be on personalized nutrition and on personalized nutrition intervention strategies. So it can't be like that by itself. So what are the benefits? We can see it here. What are the main benefits? It's improved the heart function. It reduced the insulin resistance. Most people right now eat a lot of junk food, and because of the stress, they have a very high insulin resistance. I think this is quite chronic and common problem for most of the people around the world. Also, it helps to prevent cancer. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, our focus should be on prevention. It's to promote weight loss, reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, and it boosts brain function. That's very important point. A lot of people have this foggy, this foggy brain. They can't focus. So fasting will help to reduce these symptoms and for sure improve your brain function on the all levels, prevent Alzheimer and other neuro diseases. So I'm going to explain very quickly how is the process of fasting. So physiologically, the fasting consists of the catabolism of lipids, protein, and carbohydrate in the blood glucose. So in the first, after you fast for overnight, let's say 12 hours, the main dominant source of plasma is glucose, which is in your liver. So if you have a fatty liver, this will you can get rid of this fatty liver by fasting. Like glycogen, after like 48 hours, uh, your pyruvate and lactate come as the main source for your muscles. A lot of people also think that when you fast, you're gonna lose your muscle. In reality, what you're gonna lose are uh, the let's say the broken muscle or the tissue, the dead tissue in reality, and the ketones start to produce in our body gradually. um, Ketones will also help you if you guys have any kind of autoimmune disease. Ketones will be very helpful because it will lower also your inflammation. One tip could also be adding vitamin D. For sure, vitamin D should be taken with fat because it's a liposoluble vitamin. Should be taken with probably teaspoon or spoon of olive oil or coconut oil, for example. I'm going to talk a bit about autophagy. So, what is autophagy? Auto is self, and phagomy means to eat. So, autophagy is a kind of recycling for the damaged cells in your body. So, you will get rid of all, as I said, these dead and dead tissue and also broken muscle that you have. It will also prevent you and improve any kind of pathogen that you might have in your cell, like viruses and bacteria. Before going to the recommendation, let me okay. So who can let me see. So who can fast? Not everyone can fast. I mean, if you are underweight, for sure. If you PMI is under 20, you can fast. Children can fast. Pregnant people with very dangerous and chronic disease, cardiovascular disease, or people with a certain type of diabetes, uh, we need first to see their analytics and make sure how is their medical condition before being approved into this therapeutic fasting. My recommendation, like fasting can't be done so quickly. Fasting should be going gradually. You can imagine if you are very addicted to sugar and junk food. I tell you, you need to do 1 day fasting, water fasting. Think you're gonna die directly. You need to introduce people like step by step. So one of the best ways would be the intermittent fasting, like the 18 hours fasting, water fasting, 6 hour feeding hour. It will also be quite effective, as our colleague mentioned before, for people with chemotherapy. There are certain stuff, for example, people at 8 a.m. in the morning, they might have a very high cortisol. You might have, if you make a blood, let's say, analysis, you will have very high cortisol and glucose. So if you do a light sports, walking, that will be quite effective. You might have a high LDL. So that's because the cellular membrane will be healing. And then you need to take care a lot of your electrolytes. Some of people have told me that they suffered from tachycardia. That could be because of the imbalance of their electrolytes. So make sure to have a quite good amount of sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Um, so what is travel therapy? I'm just going to change this. Okay. So what is travel therapy? Travel therapy is a concept. Can you guys see me? I can see myself actually. I'm like talking. I feel I'm talking with myself.
Yeah, yes, we can. We're good.
Okay, okay, good. So what is travel therapy? Travel therapy, it's a concept that I have developed 5 years ago. It's a mix of traveling to a destination, could be anywhere around the world, Mallorca, Malta, Florida, the Caribbean countries, with focus on people who suffer from chronic stress or from cardiovascular diseases or for weight management. So it's a mix of traveling to a new destination where we do personalized nutrition, physical activity, could be hiking, swimming, and the most important thing that we will be teaching people how to live. A lot of people don't even know how to live. So in 1 week, obviously, you won't have all your health biomarkers changed. So this kind of travel therapy, it's a kind of you go, you have a new experience, see a new place. For sure, you need to get a lot of vitamin D supplementation. So sun and vitamin D supplementation will be very helpful to improve people, let's say, to improve people's mental well-being. I have done these programs for people who suffer from a lot of stress, like surgeons, medical doctors, company owners. So one of my, let's say, my goals is to have my own center. So I do these programs. Like I travel to different destination. I implement it for a small group of people or for one person, for example. But my goal is to have my own retreat center. And after a while, like last year, I was consulting. I was a consultant in an immunotherapy company in Spain, where I was doing the personalized nutrition programs for cancer patients. So I have come with the concept of having our immunotherapy center where we combine the immunotherapy for cancer patients with personalized and precision nutrition or medicine. So this kind of programs, people will we will improve, let's say, um, people's antigen to detect cancer in more effective way, and at the same time we work on the nutritional and let's say on the psychological part. So, all in all, it will improve their probability to survive from cancer, along with therapeutic fasting for sure. So, if you guys like the concept, I'm sure we could have a really nice team, and it will be stronger, especially if you're gonna pitch in front of investors. This center, if I would ever have it, could be my ideal place would be in Spain, Mallorca, uh, but also it could be anywhere in the States. And I feel like in the States, people are more into these alternative and cell therapy strategy rather than Europe. People in Europe, they are still in, they prefer these kind of pills and so on. And yeah, that's all. If you have any question, guys, feel free to contact me. I'm very active on social media. Actually, I'm on TikTok. I do a lot of videos about health and nutrition, and also on Instagram and on LinkedIn.
Siwar, thank you so much. So we do have a question here. Does the 16-8 work for fasting as well? Then does it work as good or no? The 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating.
Well, it's. I mean, the more you fast, obviously, it's much better. But it's not easy to answer the question. Depends on their weight, on their condition, but it won't be bad. I mean, it's good as long as it's let's say it's a part of your lifestyle. So it's good. If she can't do it longer hour, if she can push it with time, let's say 1 hour more and then 2 hour, I think it would be much better.
Okay.
But it works as well.
Right, right. Okay, another question. Um, do you have to fast every day or can you take a cheat day on fasting?
I mean, cheat. Listen, when we talk about healthy lifestyle, that doesn't mean you will never ever have a chocolate or sugar. I myself, I also, if I want, I can have a piece of cake or whatever. So it's okay. The difference here, if your diet is based on sugar, and if you take it one day, so no problem at all. I mean, we are human.
Right, right. Absolutely. Okay, well, that is what we have. Thank you so much. And once again, what is the easiest way for people to contact you?
So you can reach me out on my website, hwellretreat.com. You can also see me on LinkedIn, Siwar Ala, same as my name. And as I said, if you Facebook, sorry, on Instagram and on TikTok, if you write Siwar, Dr. Peace, because I write Dr. Peace because as my focus have shifted into mental well-being, so it's like Dr. Peace sounds very nice.
Yes.
Siwar Health. If you write Siwar Health or even Siwar Travel Therapy, you will see a lot of videos about me, and I do it in 5 languages. So
Wow.
uh, probably you can. I probably I need to focus more on the English one. I'm focusing more on Kurdish, Arabic, and Spanish. That's why my followers are all over the world, but most of them are from the States and Latin America, actually.
Lovely. All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for